Ladies and gentlemen, the 60th Olympia has arrived. Please welcome the voice of the Olympia, the voice of bodybuilding, Bob Chicarello.
خب بریم برای لایو کنفرانس مطبوعاتی مسترالمپیا. تصمیم بر این شد که توی چنل یوتیوب بریم لایو. دوستانی که جوین شدن برای من بنویسید.
This kicks off our weekend, folks. As everybody knows, we always start with the press conference. We've got a great esteemed panel down here today. They're going to be answering some great questions to our athletes as we get started. But I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the history of the Olympia. We're not just celebrating 2024 in this year's Olympia, but we're celebrating 60 years on the Olympia stage. And we've seen many changes since those early days. Only a few here in attendance have been to more than 40. First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to J.M. Mannion. I know he's been to 47. This is his 47th Olympia. So congratulations for that. But at 50 Olympias is not other than our very own president of the IFBB Pro League, Mr. Jim Mannion.
بریم سراغ لایو کنفرانس خبری مسترالمپیا. بچه‌ها جوین شید، به دوستانتون اطلاع بدید و توی چنل یوتیوب لایو رو ادامه میدیم.
Just last week made his way here to the Olympia. Steve, we appreciate that. Can't wait to see you in that fresh off a victory at the USA, and I always wanted to meet Joe Weider. And for any of us here, and a lot of people here have been in this position, where you go to Woodland Hills and you go to the Weider building, and it looks like something Joe Weider would be in. There was pillars and iconic Greek statues, paintings.
بریم سراغ لایو مسترالمپیا.
That we've ever seen in the sport. Lou Ferrigno, Lee Haney, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Franco Columbu, and on and on. And then you go in there and you go up to the second floor.
بچه اگر توی لایو هستید و صدای منو میشنوید توی کامنت ها بنویسید که من متوجه بشم شما اومدید.
Walking in and there's Joe Weider at the end of the table. He's got one of those his table was as long as this table down here in the front. It looked like something Joe Weider would have with statues and different things and
باب چیکریلو روی استیج هست و داره صحبت میکنه در مورد مسترالمپیا.
And it was so iconic that I was sitting here in front of the Master Blaster. This was Joe Weider. This is the guy who started it all back in the 30s with him and Ben. For anybody that saw the movie Bigger that was produced a few years ago, this encapsulated it all. It actually showed the story of how Joe and
داستان باب تموم بشه از
started the IFBB,
ادامهش من براتون
started
ترجمه
the
میکنم ببینید
magazines,
چی
and
گفته.
started where we what would become today.
بله لایو اینجا ادامه میدیم.
AMI in there for some years, and now we're here, of course, with Jake Wood as the owner. How about a big hand for Jake Wood, your owner of the Olympia, folks? Jake, congratulations. What a great event and what a great start to our weekend. I think everybody's going to be very impressed with what the team at the Olympia HQ has put together this year as we celebrate 60 years in attendance. I want to thank everybody from around the world that's tuning in here today. And without further ado, folks, I'd like to also introduce up to the stage my good friend, your president of the Olympia, Mr. Dan Solomon.
پرزیدنت مسترالمپیا دن سالمون. رئیس مسترالمپیاست این آقا و یکی از افراد تعیین کننده مسترالمپیا محسوب میشه. من باید خیلی حواسم به موزیکا باشه که کپی رایت نخوریم.
Very nice, sir.
بله ساندوی طلایی رو میبینید، دستمال میکشه روی ساندو و این ساندوی طلایی خیلی با ارزشه چون فقط یک نمونه از این توی دنیا به جز این وجود داره.
And if you've ever held one of these, you know this is a substantial piece of artwork. And of course, the names on the bottom are the
به خاص بودن این
18 men
ساندا
who have
اشاره
been
میکنه.
crowned Mr. Olympia since
18 مرد
1965 and this event started, Bob,
تاریخچه
and it's an incredible
در
thing.
بدنسازی
You talk about the
تونستن این
history
ساندا رو
and
ببرن.
each of the names on
تک
the
تک
trophy
اسامی روی این
are a
ساندو
time
وجود
in our
داره.
sport. And of course, I even see the name of a gentleman who's seated right over there. He won this thing 8 times. Ronnie Coleman is with us. And
رانی کولمن توی ردیف اول نشسته، قهرمان 8 دوره این ساندا است این آقا.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
But it's really, it's something. So at the 50th Olympia, we decided to dip this thing in 24 karat gold. And Phil Heath is at home, and he has the only gold Sandow trophy that has ever
در
been
مورد
won here
تنها
at the
نمونه
Olympia.
طلایی این
And
ساندو
this year at the
صحبت میکنه و
60th, we
اون هم
decided to do it again. Much to the
نمونه‌ای که به
chagrin of
فیل
Phil,
هیس
who was
رسید در
very proud of the
50مین
fact that he
سالگرد
was the
مستر
only
المپیا در
owner
سال 2014.
of a gold-dipped Sandow trophy. But
That said, Phil will always remain the only Olympian to have 3 different Sandows. He's got the original, he's got the supersized version, and he's got the gold version from the 50th. So
در این مورد صحبت میکنه که فیل هیس 3 تایپ ساندو گیرش اومده. یکی ساندوی ترادیشنال یا همون مرسوم هست که همه دارن، یکی ساندوی طلایی و یکی ساندوی سوپر بیگ فوق‌العاده بزرگ.
You've heard us promote Resorts World over the past year. Ever since we left Orlando 11 months ago, it has been full speed ahead, all sights set on Las Vegas, our return to the Strip, and our new home here at Resorts World. And as I'm sure you guys have seen, for those of you guys who have been in town for a couple days or have been following along on social media, you have seen the way this new home has really stepped up in a really big way and has created an environment and experience for you all.
در مورد فضای مستر المپیا صحبت میکنه که در لاس وگاس برگزار میشه و انصافاً یک فضای فوق‌العاده رو ساختن برای پخش مسابقه مستر المپیا.
For the world, and Resorts World, Bob, has been a tremendous partner.
It sure has, and we're happy to be here. Dan, we saw the trailer. Can't wait to see this movie coming out. Appropriately titled, I thought that was a nice extension of the bigger movie that came out just a few years ago. You were an integral part of.
So we decided that because the sport of bodybuilding, the Olympia, has really become more than just an event, right? You all are here for a few
مستر
days.
المپیا بزرگتر از یک
Champions will be
ایونت
crowned.
معمولی
We're going to
شده.
put on a next level expo across the street at the Las Vegas Convention Center that opens tomorrow morning. But it goes well beyond that. The Olympia is really a global passion. It is a pursuit of excellence. The Olympia has very much become a symbol of achievement in the world of fitness.
المپیا تبدیل به نمونه خواستن و رسیدن شده. تصمیم گرفتن که از اون فیلم بسازن. دوستان لایو رو در یوتیوب میذارم. به خاطر مشکلات فنی توی اینستاگرام متاسفانه نشد، نرم افزار به مشکل خورد.
And enjoy the fact that, as Bob said, you are not at just an Olympia, you are at the 60th Olympia.
شما در یک المپیای معمولی نیستید. شما در 60مین مستر المپیای تاریخ هستید. به دوستان خودتون اطلاع بدید و لایو مستر المپیا رو از چنل یوتیوب پرشین فیت نیوز تماشا کنید. حتما جوین بشید و منتظر باشید و ببینید چه اتفاقی میفته.
Before I jump off, I just want to say this. We have a staff that works real hard. And it's really personal, to be honest with you. What we go through over the course of the year, it is an intense process. The number of things that we have to account for.
در مورد شرایط سخت این سال صحبت میکنه، چه کارهایی باید انجام میدادن. میگه که ما میفهمیم که این ایونت چقدر برای شما ارزشمنده.
Standing room only in a room that has 1,500 chairs and there's not even enough to hold all of you and it's just for a press conference to start the weekend.
یکی بیشتر از 500 تا صندلی اینجاست فقط برای یک پرس کنفرانس.
You will see the new Olympia combat zone, of course, at our new venue.
تصویر توی گوشه بذار. متاسفانه الان اصلا شرایط محیطم جوری نیست که بتونم تصویر بذارم. خیلی یه دفعه‌ای شد لایو اینستاگرام به مشکل برخورد، مجبور شدم برگردم توی چنل یوتیوب.
And she's probably going to kill me for doing this, but I want to be honest with you guys. We go through it. We really do. And a few weeks ago,
میگه که چند هفته پیش
her father lost a long time battle with Parkinson's. And
پدر یک نفر فکر کنم گفت به خاطر بیماری پارکینسون از بین رفته. نفهمیدم.
And we don't have the luxury to stop. We have to keep going because this is what we do and we're proud to do it. And I just
بچه‌ها به دوستاتون بگین تعداد بچه‌های لایو بیشتر بشه. مثبت 1000 تا بشه یه انرژی بگیریم. مرسی پارسا، مرسی تاها، مرسی علیرضا جان. دم همه شما گرم. بله مثل اینکه این خانم بود که پدرش رو از دست داده بود.
Who empowers women, dynamic, smart, powerful women, and puts women in jobs to really have a huge impact on our industry. And Angelica, I know you're just a part of that, and there's some incredible women that work for this company and also around the industry. And Jake has really done his part to make sure those opportunities are there.
در مورد جیک بود و خودش صحبت میکنه و کارهایی که توی این مدت انجام دادن برای برگزاری مسترالمپیا. مرسی حمید جان، مرسی محسن جان، دم همه شما گرم. من یه رکورد اسکرینی هم داشته باشم از لایو کنفرانس.
Is all I do is travel throughout the year to various countries and around the world representing the sport, representing the IFBB Pro League and doing what we do here at the Olympia.
در مورد یک شخصی صحبت میکنه میگه که هر سال همه جا میره تا مسترالمپیا رو به همه معرفی کنه. بله هادی چوپان، دیریک لانسفورد.
And that's how much it means to them to get to this Olympia and hear those famous words that's going to come out. And we're going to see. I think we're going to see a very diverse
امیدوارم کپی رایت نخوره دیگه.
collection this year of champs that return, champs that defend, new champions to be crowned, and it's all going to unfold right here in this stage. The only question I have left for the fans here is, are you ready?
آماده هستید؟
Really?
بچه من برای لایو فردا اگر قرار شد توی یوتیوب بذارم تصویر خودم رو میارم، ولی الان دیگه دیر شده چون خیلی یه دفعه‌ای شد و مجبور شدم بیام توی یوتیوب بذارم. آماده هستید؟ Ready. باید حد اکثر رعایت رو بکنیم که لایو کپی رایت نخوره دوستان. بله فؤاد ابیاد روی استیج میاد، معرفیش میکنن، فکر کنم به عنوان اسپانسر باشه، نه به عنوان کسی که قرار هست سوال بپرسه. شان ری هم میتونید ببینید، شان ری هم حضور داره. رومانو نویسنده مثلا فیتنس اگر اشتباه نکنم. دنیس جیمز هم به عنوان یکی از افرادی هستن که قرار هست پرسش و پاسخ داشته باشن. بچه صدا زیاده الان. تیریکل گیندی هم یکی از داوران مسترالمپیا حضور داره. یکم صدا رو کم کنیم. لیندا. بله مثل اینکه خانوما قراره بیان روی استیج. قهرمان 2 دوره بیکینی لورالی از کانادا. بفرمایید.
Our next competitor won the Bikini Olympia title in 2019. She has 17 IFBB Pro victories to her name. Please welcome, by way of Brazil, Isa Pachini.
خانم های دسته بیکینی میان روی استیج.
Our next competitor won back-to-back Olympia titles in 2017 and 2018. She makes her return to the Olympia stage for the first time since 2020. Please welcome, from Brazil,
از برزیل آنجلیکا.
Our next competitor is one of the greatest to ever grace the Bikini Olympia stage. The only 3-time Bikini Olympia champion.
تنها قهرمان 3 دوره دسته بیکینی.
Our record-shattering 49 IFBB Pro victories. Please welcome, from the United States, Ashley Caldwell.
از آمریکا اشلی روی استیج میاد.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the amazing lady.
خیلی خطرناکه، هر لحظه ممکنه کپی رایت بخوره بچه ها. ریسک بزرگی کردم اومدم.
Star of the 2023 Olympia, placing second at her debut fitness
نظرتون چیه؟ یه پاز کنم برم دوربینم رو اوکی کنم و خودم بیام توی تصویر؟ پیشنهاد بدید تا زمانی که حالا خانم‌ها هستن برای مشکل کپی رایت مشکلی نداشته باشیم. نظر بدید، من کامنتاتون رو بخونم ببینم چه جوریه.
Your next competitor is the author behind bodybuilding's most inspirational comeback
قول بدید بیایدا.
after suffering a devastating injury on
دوربینم هم آماده است.
2023 Fitness Olympia.
آره زیاد طول نمیکشه.
Two-time Fitness Olympia champion and two-time Fitness International champion.
باشه میرم و میام سریع. دم شما گرم که حمایت میکنید.